The glossy world of fashion magazines where very young girls can never be too thin or too flawless. So what happens when what real girls can't measure up to the manipulated images of perfection? One expert says it can be more dangerous than drugs. ABC's Lindsay Davis brings us one 14-year-old girl determined to change things.
Long, lean legs, a teeny tiny waist, perfect skin, and glossy hair. Just exactly who looks like this? Actually, nobody. Because while models have always been made to look beautiful, never before have they been made to look so skinny, so airbrushed, so impossibly perfect. And it turns out that can be dangerous. That's why 14-year-old Julia Bloom traveled down from Maine to New York City to lead this protest, a mock photo shoot on the doorstep of one of the biggest teen magazines in the industry.
So we want to show 17 that we love our bodies just the way we are, and we don't need Photoshop to fix us.
We met Julia earlier today in a war room provided her by Change.org.
But a lot of these pictures look too perfect to be like anyone I know.
I've known a lot of girls with eating disorders, everything from like the serious like anorexia and bulimia to even just like going on these weird diets.
The group here wants to sound the alarm about a generation where a growing number of girls, increasingly younger, are developing eating disorders and serious body image issues. It all started here 2 weeks ago when Julia taped herself doing an informal poll during lunch break in her middle school cafeteria.
These pictures make me feel really bad about myself.
That led her to start a petition on Change.org asking 17 magazine to print one feature a month of unairbrushed photos. And after just 2 weeks, the results are staggering. More than 25,000 signatures from all over the world. She picked up the box full of printouts from Kinko's today.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of
She came here, with her mother of course, determined to bring those names and her battle to the fashion capital of America. Once in New York, she was joined by some local and like-minded teens. Despite the light-hearted mood, the issue is dead serious.
I've seen a 9-year-old girl in a feeding tube, you know, at treatment centers. I mean, and that's not just one, believe me.
Lynn Grief, the president of the Eating Disorder Association of America, has seen the effect these ads have on young children firsthand.
I think that it is more dangerous for kids to look at some of these magazines today than smoking pot. I do.
17 says they try hard to encourage self-esteem in their editorial spreads, but it's the ads that are under attack. Youth and beauty have graced the covers of magazines from the first day fashion became an industry. Critics say what makes today's images more dangerous is the cutting-edge technology. To see what tricks the fashion industry has up its sleeves, I agreed to go on a digital diet.
We could maybe like take my waist in a little bit. What a different, the new me.
According to Sarah Ziff, a former model and the founder of the Model Alliance, in her business, a photo isn't finished until it's fixed.
You see people whose bodies have been really reshaped to look significantly younger or significantly thinner, and I think that's really the source of concern.
This summer, we met 3 teenagers with dreams of someday strutting on the runway. They were at a model boot camp run out of the home of Mary and Jeff Clark. And as 15-year-old Malia learned, literally every inch counts.
It really comes down to an inch. Every way, it's like you're looking at the scales and you're tipping them and you're tipping them and you're tipping them.
And have you seen some of your friends go to extremes to try to maintain that physique?
I have seen friends of mine who are models really go to extremes and in some cases get very sick.
Liposuction?
One model who I've worked with who's been very, very successful, her agency told her to get full body liposuction when she was still in her teens, and she did. And she worked very well after that.
Who is the villain here? Is someone culpable?
Well, I don't think it's someone. I think it's many. And, you know, I wish we could call everybody to the round table, you know, to sit down and talk this through, because there should be laws. There should be laws about kids, how young they can model. That's number one.
But she's also pushing for some controversial legislation that would require warning labels to be put on all images that are airbrushed. In the meantime, Julia's on a mission to get 17 magazine to publish one unairbrushed spread per issue.
That's what we're asking for now, and we hope it'll be like a baby step to grow into something bigger. Like maybe it'll influence other magazines to do the same, and then eventually the other pages and maybe even the cover. So that would be really cool.
She also thought it was very cool that after the protest, this 8th grader's effort earned her meeting with the editor of 17. For Nightline, I'm Lindsay Davis in New York.
Well, and after their hour-long meeting, 17 sent us a statement saying the magazine, quote, celebrates girls for being their authentic selves, and that's how we present them. There's no other magazine, they said, that highlights such a diversity of size, shape, skin tone, and ethnicity, end quote.